Hi class, I want to give you an overview of how to set up this assignment for week 1, assignment 3. This is going to be a South Beach boutique. This is going to be a P&L statement, income statement, your first of multiple for this class. I think there's 5 or 6, and I believe the last 2 assignments will be P&L statements in comparison. So we're going to be working with quarters. Again, when we work with quarters, it's going to be 3 months. So in this particular scenario, we have South Beach Boutique. We're going to go ahead and click on here, and we're going to we're going to use this for the class, information for the class, and especially for this assignment, South Beach Boutique overview. Read this over a couple of times. I'm going to go ahead and use this information for week 1, and I've made it in put it in a little spreadsheet for easier viewing. So let me go ahead and take this out. So here's going to be your gross sales figure, your customer returns and allowances. So basically here is this section is going to be used for the revenue section. Then you have billed COGS, inbound freight, cash discounts taken. This is going to help with your cost of goods sold, and the remainder will be your operating expenses. So a little bit about the spreadsheet. I don't think it is formatted to give you cents, which is okay because actually it is. If you work on something that's not formatted in cents, you're going to go ahead and click on this button right here, this comma button, comma style. Click on that, and it actually puts in the comma and the cents. So we'll make sure all of our figures are figured like that. Customer returns, you're going to get it from here, $39.75. That will give you your net sales. These two figures will be the same. So in this template, you have a couple figures that are just going to be the same. So this is going to be one of them. COGS subtotal is going to equal cost of goods sold. Those are going to be the same figures. Same thing with these figures. Subtotal expenses and operating expenses. Your cost of goods sold is going to be the sum of, go ahead and click on auto sum. There's multiple ways you can do that. Your cost of goods sold is going to be the sum of these cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Said another way, cost of goods sold, we'll use a top figure, is the sum of this plus this plus, I'm just clicking my left mouse, plus this. And I would just hit enter. So that's your formula. You can do, again, you can do that way, or you can do auto sum, drag, hit enter. So there's multiple ways you can do that. One thing I want to work on it is the cash discount. This can get a little confusing sometimes. A cash discount, if they give us a percentage, sometimes you'll get a percentage, sometimes you'll get a figure. Either way, we can figure it out. It's a percentage of your billed cost of goods sold. Your billed cost of goods sold is what your vendors are charging you. So in this example, it is 51,000. So let's go ahead and make this formatted. As you can see, it's summing up, as I put in, it's actually summing up the total. So obviously that's not going to be the answer now, but at the end it will be. Workroom alteration cost, it's going to be 0 here. So the cash discount is going to be beneficial for us, so it should be subtracted from our overall cost of goods sold total. So let's go ahead and take 51,000 and we're going to multiply it by this percentage. So 1.75%. However, we're not done because we don't want it, again, it's adding it here. We want to make this a negative figure. So let's go ahead and click on this. Multiple ways you can do it. You can put this in brackets and times -1, or you can just put over here, make this a negative. So it's in brackets, so it's actually being subtracted. This cost of goods sold figure is, when you're done putting these in, it's going to be this same figure. So as a total, I would just put plus sign, plus whatever this is, and it's going to copy that automatically. Your gross margin is your net sales minus cost of goods sold. That figure will go here. And the same thing with the subtotal. You'll have a subtotal here for your expenses. your subtotal will be the same over here, and you'll have the calculation in your textbook how to get net income or net loss. So you have your gross margin, then you'll have your minus your operating expenses. If it's positive, it's net profit. If it's negative, it's net loss. You can put your net loss here, you can put your net profit here, or if it's negative, you can always put net profit, which is negative. So however you want to do it, if it's negative, you would put it here. If it's positive, you put it here, or disregard this and just put that as a negative. But for this example, I actually don't think it's negative. However, that should be a good overview. Any questions, feel free to certainly ask your professor. And just as important, I would have posted it in your problem solutions thread. So, one, your professor's definitely going to see it, and all the students are going to see it as well. So, and hopefully they post their questions there, and that's the whole reason for that thread. So, again, any problems or questions, reach out to the others and your instructor. Take care.